Hey guys, it's HelpingHans here, and today I'm going through the recent Fire and Steel update video that Relic posted a few days ago and giving you my thoughts and feedback on this video, as well as we'll be dissecting it and checking out kind of like maybe what things you might have missed. Okay, let's begin. Here we go. So first up, we have the Heavy Weapons Battle Group for the Americans. This introduces the new assault carriers, so you can put squads inside them. Also, the Pershing makes a return here. Just want to pause it here real quickly, just to point out something that maybe some of you might have noticed. In Company Heroes 2, the Pershing had the ability to do like an aim shot, which would shoot through terrain objects like buildings, and it looks like it gets it once again in Company Heroes 3. As you can see, the Pershing here shoots through the building to kill the Panther on the opposite side. Then we have the brand new Toad 5 M5 3-inch anti-tank gun. This is brand new to Company Heroes. We've not seen this gun before. So this is like the big meaty American new anti-tank gun they get to try and counter Axis heavies. And also pay attention to this little bit of the clip here. You can see they're doing like a little barrage. That is very much similar to what we experienced in Company Heroes 2 with the Ziz gun. If I quickly swap over to Company Heroes over here, Company Heroes 2. So here we have the Soviet Ziz gun. Anti-tank gun for the Soviets of Company Heroes 2. And here you can see is the light artillery barrage, kind of using a high explosive round here to bombard a specific location. And that's, you know, pretty much going to be the same type of ability that it looks like that new American AT gun is going to be getting. This ability was generally very good at killing units in cover or any kind of like static units, so like a machine gun or an enemy anti-tank gun. It was a pretty good ability to be able to try and counter those types of things. Black Dragon artillery barrage. This looks like just to be a standard off-map call-in, good against infantry and tanks. Now onto the Terror battle group. So here we see propaganda war being used. So this ability, you drop this on top of your opponent's units and it would force them to retreat. This is the new V1 strike. Players of Company Heroes 1 will remember this. However, this V1 strike doesn't sound very impressive at the moment, sadly. And I think a lot of people on the comment section as well of this video that Relic posted have said that they've been very underwhelmed by how impressive it sounds and the explosion as well. We'll do a quick comparison now between Code 1 and Code 3's V1 rocket strike. So this is the V1 rocket strike from Company Heroes 3.
V1 strike on the way.
And here's the V1 strike from Company Heroes 1. So yeah, I think we all prefer the V1 rocket sound from Company Heroes 1, and I just don't understand why Relic can't just reuse that same audio from that previous game. It just seems to make a lot of sense. They had it right the first place, right, with that. I don't know, like, yeah, it's just super frustrating why they just can't just reuse that, because it just doesn't sound nearly as impressive in Code 3. Even the explosion doesn't look as good, and the graphics in Code 1 look worse as well. You know, it's just, yeah, just... super frustrating. Anyway, let's move on. Let's hope they fix that for when it finally comes out or down the line, because it definitely deserves to be super impressive. It needs to have that kind of like the ominous buzz and then like that kind of moment of silence like you have in the Code 1 V1 rocket, as you just don't know when it's going to land. Then it comes in and the huge explosion. So yeah, they just need it. All they got to do is just reuse the audio from Code 1 and they're fine. But yeah, for some reason they've decided not to do that. Who knows why, but there you go. Anyway, let's move on. So now we also get the King Tiger of the Terror Doctrine. So the King Tiger makes a return in Company Heroes 3. Looks pretty cool. Let's hope it sounds as good as the King Tiger in Code 2. The engine was very distinctive in that one. Then on to the British, we have the Canadian... It was the Canadian Shock section that comes out. This is the Canadian Shock Battle Group. Let's just pause it right here so we can see these guys have... Looks like they have their Lee Enfields on. They have rifles. I'm pretty sure... I haven't actually personally played through the campaign of Code 3, but I do believe they were a unit that you could use in the campaign. And in the campaign, they had, I believe, Thompsons. Now it looks like they have their rifles, so they've actually got a different weapon here. And then you can see here they're lobbing rifle grenades to be quite effective against those units behind cover. Now, also... Big thing as well to notice here, this is a brand new unit that's appeared on the screen. It looks like a version of the 222. It looks like it's got the DAC kind of camouflage. We can tell it's the DAC one as well because you can just about make out the palm tree logo there. Now, this unit, this vehicle, later on, when the new commander for the DAC is announced, it's not mentioned there. So I'm wondering, is this a brand new unit in that commander, or is it something brand new just added into their roster that they could build out of any of their tier structures? But I know for a fact that this unit is not in the game at the moment, so it's a brand new unit for the DAC, and it looks like to be coming hopefully in this next patch as well. Wondering how, where it's going to come. Probably maybe tier 2 or something like that. Maybe it's a call-in, but should be, a nice little vehicle for chasing down enemy units. Let's continue. Also notice here that it looks like a Piat round went off from the guy on the left-hand side over here, which is delivered a killing blow onto that. 222. Also here, now we have the Churchill Crocodile making a return. This was in Company Heroes 1 and 2, I believe, the Churchill Crocodile. There's a big canister, fuel can on the back here. Incendiary ammunition as well. So there's like a Molotov, and it looks like, if we just go back here, it looks like the sappers get the ability here. So you can see there's a couple of sapper squads here with a flamethrower each here, and it does give them also, they normally have the ability to just lob a standard just frag grenade, but it looks like they get access to the incendiary grenade now. So like in Company Heroes 2, you have the Molotov from the Soviets, or the incendiary grenade from Volksgrenadiers, for the OKW, I believe, and this is just a good way to deny cover and force your opponent to vacate maybe a building or something, as it will just do damage over time. Also, we have Burnout. Let's pause it here. You can notice this ability is also, not only is it dropping incendiary ammunition around the point, it's also decapping the point and neutralizing it. And then we're on to the Panzerjäger command. Pause it here. That is a Panzerjäger squad that just fired a Shrek off to kill a Humber. So it looks like Panzerjägers will be able to upgrade their AT rifles to Shreks, or maybe at least a single Shrek here. Also, there is some new type of anti-tank fortifications here. This reminds me of the, I think, CO2, OKW Pioneers. Stern Pioneers used to be able to build these, I believe. And yeah, they're kind of a big terrain kind of type of structure. They can't be easily destroyed, and they also provide green cover, so vehicles obviously can't go through them as well. And also the Elephant makes a return in Company Heroes 3, which is awesome. So this will be the long-range tank destroyer for the DAC. And butterfly bombs make a return, which is really cool as well. I love to use these. These would be like, you drop them in a point, and then anyone, infantry, vehicles, anything that walked over them would take quite a considerable amount of damage for them. Quite nice. And there we have it. That's the end of the Fire and Steel. However, let's rewind and go through some other things you might have missed. So guys, we can also tell that there are at least 2 new maps coming from this video alone. One of them is a 1v1 and also a 2v2 map known as Crossing in the Woods. Let's just play it real quick here. You can see you've got the typical crossing in the woods, as you've got a bridge over this kind of little stream going through. Here it is in Company Heroes 3 in this preview video, and let's switch over to Company Heroes 2. You can very clearly see it's the same kind of crossing here, and the water area here. I'll keep playing it here, just keep going through. Also, yeah, and then we go over to the Toad anti-tank gun scene here. Same kind of crossing here. Also, if I go back a bit here, pause it there. Got this very, same kind of building on the left-hand side, same kind of cover position here as well. If I swap the camera around here, turn around here, very similar. Got the building there and the same kind of type of cover around here. So that's Crossing in the Woods confirmed. You also see it right then at the end of the video as well with the butterfly bombs on the left-hand side. Let's just zoom over here. Pretty much, yeah, you can tell it's exactly the same map. There you go. So that's Crossing in the Woods pretty much confirmed. Hopefully for both 1v1 and 2v2. It was a really good map. I generally think I'm going to just quickly go over it again. If I go to the mini-map here, you can see kind of generally the resource layout. The fuels are in the corner. VPs kind of exposed on the flanks here. Good hedgerows here to hide behind, lobbing artillery over potentially on either side. Generally, I thought it was one of the better 2v2 maps in Company Heroes 2. So I'm really glad to see this coming in the game. The other map, let's switch back over, would be Angoville. Let's see if we can find. This is Ango here. We can see Angoville here. zoom back here where the king side comes in. Typical hedgerows either side. You've got the wall that goes around the side here with the buildings in their usual locations, and the VP in the exact same position. Another VP over here. You would always have the 2 victory points on the right side of the map. So there's one VP here. There's the second VP there. And there's your typical Angerville cutoff, and again there's similar buildings in the exact same location. So here we are loading into Angerville in Company Heroes 2. This is a Code 1 map. It's probably the most recognizable Company Heroes map. So you can see typical road down the center here, bit of hedgerows. This map's got a little bit different, but you can still see the same kind of like wall area over here in the archway. VPs in the same kind of position. So if we try and get the same kind of camera angle, you can see you've got VP1, VP2. Back to the video. I'll just rewind slightly. There, you can see it's kind of similar there. Similar kind of buildings dotted around the place, and then we'll go back to here. So this building here is different in Code 2. But if we continue the video again, same kind of hedgerow going through the area here, and that cut off in the same kind of position there with the kind of, I guess the tractor's been moved around a bit, but yeah, very similar. So you can pretty much tell that is Angerville. Now, that's pretty much all the stuff that you can kind of glean from the video itself. However, if you go onto the store page of the game, you can notice another map, which is Langres. This image here is 100% Langres. You've got the typical stone wall here and the cutoff over here. I mean, we'll just quickly load into a Langres game for you guys. So here we're loading into Langres Kaya. It was called in Code 2 to try to make it sound a bit Russian. In Code 1, it was just called Langres. And yeah, this was another very popular map in Code 1. Came to Code 2 later on in life. And now we're also getting it in Code 3 by the looks of things. So we'll load in here. So as we can see, if I just pan the camera like this and maybe disable. So there you go. You can see this is pretty much the exact same kind of copy image here that you get from this image over here on the Steam store page for this DLC. Yep, same kind of field, same kind of VP. Covering the exact same spot. Our territory point, as you can see, is there. And you can see it's there on this position. So yeah, Langres is pretty much confirmed is coming as well. So this is a pretty nice 1v1 map. I don't think it was ever made in a 2v2 map, so it's just a purely 1v1 map. And you had your VP here, one over here, and I believe one over here. The VP positions might be slightly different in Code 3. Who knows? But yep, pretty good map. Normally, the bottom would always try to take the left-hand side, and top side would generally grab the right. But yeah, really good map, and I guess that's it when it comes to kind of the dissection of the update. I'm pretty excited for it. I do hope they do fix the V1 rocket audio sound, but apart from that, everything looks great, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the new update, hopefully coming the end of February. Hope to see you guys soon. Take care. So guys, that's the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did and want more content, check up over here and over here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, make sure to click the button down here. To catch you in the next video, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.